Hi everyone, I'm Clovis from KinematicLAB. Today I will show you how this new tool, PFlow Trajectory Mesher, is working. So first of all, we have to create a particle flow emitter in your scene and do whatever you want with it. So here is just a simple emitter with wind with some turbulence inside. So it's just really simple. And this tool will mesh the animation trajectories of each particle with different options. So basically I will just let the default options like that and pick my PFlow emitter with this button, and it will start the baking. So now what you can see is the animation playing and different meshes growing after the particle animation. So I will just wait until the end of the animation playback, and we will see after that what it's doing. That's it. So I have these meshes growing after the particle animation, but also if I play back and forward, I can see them growing following the animation. So it's just really simple. I can also disable the particles, and it's in fact it's keyframe baked, so it's not really linked to the particles. So I will delete this simulation and start again with different parameters. So here you have the mesh category, so the mesh type. The first example was done with cylinders, so it's just the start and the end of the cylinder is a flat plane. If you use the capsule, it will be the start and the end will be sort of spherical. If you use a plane, it will just extrude a plane along the animation. If you use an ellipse, it will just turn around the animation trajectories. You can pick a profile, a mesh, etc. So for example, I will just let the cylinder because it will be easier to see the other parameters with some different options. I will check reverse, so you will see that the growing type will be just inverted, and the large form will not be on the base but on the tip of each mesh. So I'll just pick again this PFlow, and you will see the reverse option. So now you can see that the tip is larger than the beginning. So this is just the reverse option. So it's with cylinders. So now you can see that it's real flat plane. It's just cylinders. We'll just delete it. And if now I check capsules, I will just increase a bit the radius value. Pick the PFlow. And now you can start to see that each meshes have a sort of spherical end and start, of course. And because I increased this radius value, it will just go just increase the radius size faster. It will start from 0, but okay, so now I can see that it's really like a capsule mesh. Okay, I'll delete it. Just show you the plane option. So I'm sure you can guess what it's doing. Exactly the same. It's just extruding, sort of. I mean, doing a deformation of a plane after the particle trajectories. So just really simple to see. The helix parameter is just a bit more complicated because it's acting on different parameters. I will maybe change it in the future, but this is the radius of the cylinder type of the helix. And this is the value of the turn value. I think it's, if I change it, if I put, I don't know, 5 maybe. Yeah, you can see some different turns. I will just stop it before to stop the simulation. To stop the simulation before the end frame, just press Escape. So here you have your ellipses meshes. So if you increase this value, it will just turn around a bit more. We'll increase that as well. So we have more turns. Okay. Press Escape. And the radius value is, well, you will see, it's just the radius of the helix, not the radius of the mesh cylinder. So I'll just increase it a bit more. So you can see that it's just larger. Okay, so we'll delete it. And now I will just show you the profile option. So for that you have to create just a spline. So I will start with a circle, just convert it to spline and pick it like that. So this will just act exactly like a cylinder because it's just a circle. So pick this. So for the moment it's just doing exactly the same thing. But I will show you the power of this option is that you can change this shape, and it will change each meshes here. So I will stop the simulation. Okay. So if I want to change something, it will change it on each meshed trajectory, which is quite cool because you can really do whatever you want with it. You can add other shapes inside. If you want to add another cylinder here, you can just add it. Dash. And that's it. It's growing with the particles. So it's something interesting because you can really do some really complex growing things. Okay, I will delete that, and I will just keep the profile section checked, and check now grow twist, just to show you the two options together. So as you can see, it's taking this profile and it's doing sort of a twist around the trajectory. So you can really do a lot of things with this. I'll stop it. If, for example, I would like to create a sort of a rope or cable, just duplicate. So it will probably not be perfect, but It's just to show you what can be done. I will just change the pivot point in the middle. Okay, so I pick the circle. I will maybe increase a bit more the growing twist value and pick this. So now you can see growing this profile twisted, so you can really do a lot of different things if you imagine what you can do with profiles. So it can be a bit long to bake, but the result will be easy to play back. So if I stop it before, have some rope type shapes, maybe you can just increase the twist or change this shape to have something more realistic. But that's it, and the twist value is animated too. Okay. Now if I use the mesh option, so with this you can just create your mesh or pick an existing mesh. I will just create a simple box just to show you how it works. Add some steps right here. So I pick that mesh and I don't need that. So I checked the grow radius, so it starts from sort of 0 scale to actual scale, or maybe less depending to the radius value you put here. So that's it. So now you have these meshes moving along the particle animations. So you could say that you can do that directly with particles, doing mesh instancing, etc. But this is not exactly what it's doing. So if I increase the 8 value, 8 steps, you can see that each mesh is deforming along the particle trajectories. It's not just moving with the particles, it's really deformed. So maybe if you want to see it a bit better, I will have to increase the turbulence just to add some. Okay, so pick the PFlow. So as long as the pivot point of the mesh you pick is in the bottom, it will just be deformed along the length of the mesh. So you can see that it's really deforming along the trajectories. It's doing some curves. You can see it here. It's a bit more clear. So it's something really fun to do. So we have seen the grow radius. I will just go back to cylinder option just to see the other things. So I will do it again like that, and I will wait until the end. I will show you that you can change the sides once it's baked, or before, if you know exactly what you want to do. You can change the tip. So -1 is just 0. I'll show you what I mean. If I change that tip value, it's just the start or the end of the animation if you just uncheck reverse. Okay, the curve, and the sides if you want to have something a bit smoother. Okay, so that was with the reverse option. If now I will delete that and I will check the follow option. So if you let this value to 0, it will just continue to do the same thing. But if you change it, if you put, I don't know, maybe 2, you will see the mesh is growing, but also disappearing from the start to the value you give. So depending to the value you put here, we will see it growing, disappearing quicker. So we give 2, but if you give 1, okay, so just play with it. So what you can do too is check the disappear option. So I will just play it and you will see what I mean. So if I stop the animation now, after, in fact, it's just 10, it's the number of frames. It's the number of frames after the end of the simulation. So if I put here 100 and if I don't stop before, it will just disappear 10 frames after. So because I stopped around, I don't know, around 50 frames, it will just disappear at 60. Okay, so you can change this value to disappear it slower or quicker. Okay. So I will uncheck this, and now I will check the auto rig option. I will change the steps and show you what it does. So without the auto rig option checked, you cannot really change the meshes once it's baked. You can change the trajectory. You cannot really change the animation of it. You have to delete it, bake again, etc. So we will see what it's doing. Okay, that's it. So it doesn't look different. I mean, in fact, it's really the same thing. But if you check show rig, you can see here a lot of point helpers. And if you double click, you can see that they are parented to each other from the top to the bottom. So you can go to rotation in local, pivot centers, and you can really change the animation of your your meshes, so you can take everything if you want, and change all these trajectories, or do one by one, whatever you want, and it's just working. Okay, you can animate these points with no problems. Okay, so you can show hide the rig. So it could be really good if you want to edit the animations. So I will delete that. So we have seen quite everything, I think. The steps here is for if you want to put an helper on each frame or each n frames. So it was an helper each 5 frames. In this case, if you put 10, it will be an helper each 10 frames. So yeah, it's just easy to understand. And the keep rotations, it's good to know that if you, for example, if I check profile and I will create a rectangle. Okay, so I'll pick this rectangle, grow radius, reverse. Okay, that's already, I don't care. And I check the keep rotations. So when you pick the particle flow, it's just putting a lot of meshes on the particle first frame particle animation and do a sort of random rotation. So if you do again, it will give you another random value. So if you check the keep rotation checkbox, it will just keep in memory the rotation value that it gave to the first object, and you can just reuse it to simulate other objects. So for example, I will pick the animation. So we'll see this rectangle growing. Okay, I'll stop it before the end. So you have this rectangle growing with a random rotation value. You can see here that it's not oriented always in the same direction. So now if you want to add objects at the end of it, or just do something else, here I'll just create a box. I want to put it at the end of the animation, so I will pick mesh, pick that. And because I checked before the keep rotation option, it will put this box at the end of each particle trajectories, but keeping this rotation. Otherwise it will just put some random value. So now I pick it. So you can see each box have the good orientation regarding to the trajectories. Oh, I have to stop it because I stopped the other ones before. So yes, if you check the keep rotation, you will keep in memory the rotation value. So you'll always have, if you pick anything else, the same rotation as the previous simulation, in fact. So you can simulate a cylinder and then another type mesh to do some complex work, etc. That's it. I think that's all. Yeah. If you have any questions, email me. Bye bye.